Welcome, welcome. If you're attracted to the title, Surrender and Release, this is a reading for you. The surrender and release might be something that you're feeling inside, that you need to let something go, or that you maybe you're being divinely guided. The other card that was sort of popping in and out while I was selecting a card for this reading was the Divine Guidance card. So 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, or maybe both combined. But it feels like you're possibly being divinely guided to surrender and release. So I'm going to start with the Tarot of the Cat, and we'll see what advice that I can give you regarding what it is that you need to surrender, how you've come about your divine guidance. Let me know in the comments if you seem to be getting signs and signals from the universe. It could be that you're seeing multiple numbers, sending numbers, synchronicities of some description or the other. The first card that we've got is the Two of Wands, and I was just speaking about digits. It could be that 2:44 on the clock while I'm having a look at this. It could be that you're seeing a lot of twos. The Two of Wands is kind of standing in your power and illuminating both sides of yourself, so your masculine and your feminine side. In yoga, we have a masculine and a feminine nostril. Depending on which side's more blocked, it can be which side we're more primed for, and is more activated at any one given time. So you can sort of test your nostrils. I'm a little bit more feminine at the moment, but this changes often throughout the day. You can measure that. Where I'm going with this is that it might be that you're being led to surrender and release patterns where you've, I'm not wanting to be genderist, but take which side resonates with you. But it could be that you found yourself in a workplace as a masculine that's a very feminine based workplace, and that it's kind of tipped you out of your divine masculine to some degree. Maybe you've got to use a lot more empathy than you normally would, and you don't get to move your physical body as much as you normally would, and maybe you're surrounded by a bunch of women, and by virtue of proximity of all of these things, you are less standing in your divine masculine. And the same can be true of the divine feminine. A lot of workplaces are very much masculine, and yet women work in them, having to deal with numbers and solutions and business. A lot of women work in areas of business, and of course this puts us into our divine masculine, and is very hard. Then it's not hard, but it's a practice to then have to then be able to get back into whichever frequency that you're most natural in. So for men, that would certainly be going out and moving their physical body. And the same with women. Women need to dance and sing and laugh and cry and create. Men certainly need to build and solve and plan. So if these are the things that you're not able to do every day, and in fact it's clicking over into the other side of your polarity, it might be that you have to surrender and release some of the time that you spend in those sorts of activities to rebalance. With the Two of Wands, I guess that's what I'm getting, lighting up both sides. So, both sides of the polarities. So that's some advice about what to surrender and release. And I guess this is the divine guidance, is what you'll be getting via this reading. Next card, let's see what else we've got for surrender and release. It's been divinely guided. Wow, the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man goes upside down to achieve an enlightened state. We can see here the halo around the hanging man's head, and of course we know with yoga practice that every inversion we do massages the brain with increased blood flow to the brain, reverses the cerebral spinal fluid, is fantastic for us. Why do you think children naturally flip themselves into cartwheels and so forth, hang upside down from playground equipment. These are things that shouldn't just be limited to children. In fact, the more often that we put ourselves into these upside down positions, complicated or not, it could be as simple as doing a forward bend, trying to put your nose to your knees or touch your hands on the ground. It could be even simpler than that, and going into a tabletop position and putting your head down and cat and cowing your head. Any position where we have the head lower than the heart is called an inversion, and is very, very beneficial for the human body and mind and general state of relaxation, which of course this is where we're able to manifest from. The Hanged Man here is advising you to surrender and release, and divinely guiding you to include more of this sort of physical activity in your world, in your day-to-day routine. Standing on your head. I mean, if you can do it, great. Send me a comment telling me how long you can do a handstand for, or when was the last time you did a handstand, or do a handstand and tell me how it made you feel, or do a headstand and tell me how it made you feel. Hang upside down for a little bit and tell me how it made you feel. Surrender and release. What else have we got? It does seem like I'm putting on a bit of a yoga bent onto this, but this is what the cards are speaking to, so this is perfect. Surrender and release. Ooh, this card has come out for pretty well all of the readings. Maybe there's something sticky about this deck. The Four of Pentacles. What do you need to surrender and release? Grabbing vibrations, holding on to things so tightly that you can't actually enjoy the moment, pinching off the flow, as Abraham Hicks would call it, stepping yourself out of the flow of the universe by thinking that the tighter that we grasp onto something, the more of it we'll be able to have. Doesn't work like that. Works by saying, hey, universe, I'd really like some more of this, and then letting it go and getting on about, living your best life. Here, the lady can't even accept the cat onto her lap because she's so grabbing at all of these coins. I can't let go of any of these coins. So the idea of what you need to surrender and release, and that you're being divinely guided to surrender and release, in particular, would probably be a fixation on how much money you should have before you can achieve any kind of happiness. Happiness is now. Your goal in life is to be here now. It is not to. It's not the person who dies with the most toys wins, and you get nothing. You get to take nothing with you on the other side. It's all about the experience. So, if you're making the whole experience about how big your bank account is, I'll just let you know that all of these things really do not matter. The experience is about living it. So don't waste a second on not living it. Is the advice there? Anything else for surrender and release? What else do we need to surrender and release? What are we being guided? Nice. Wow. That's interesting. That's really interesting. These three cards, and it looks like I haven't shuffled them, but I've shuffled them majorly. These three cards came out for one of the last readings: the Star, the Chariot, and the Empress. So what do you need to release? You need to release the idea that something is magically going to fall out of the sky and put you into your power. It is literally hard work that gets you there. And when I say hard work, it's not about go to your job and work harder. That's not what I'm saying. It's you doing the work of releasing everything. So when you feel a disturbance in the force, in your physical body, something's bothering you, that is a call for you to relax. Unclench your jaw, relax your belly, relax your legs, relax your thighs, and breathe and be there. Just be there. So not tensing, not pinching off the flow. These are things that you have to practice. There is no magic, there's no magic phrase that will make this happen for you. There's no potion, lotion, guru. This is all your practice. This is what you have to practice to be able to be in your best frequency as often as you can be. And that's the whole goal of life, to enjoy, to wring life's neck of each and every delicious moment. Yeah. It's not about again, the person with the most toys wins. Excuse me. Delicious chai. Yeah, so the Star, the Chariot, and the Empress, three majors. This, what you have to release is that some major event has to happen for you to be able to get on with your life, win the lotto, have have something earth-shatteringly huge happen to you, have a baby. All of these things you have to surrender and release. You know, your happiness is not based on any of these things happening. Your happiness is in each and every moment. The fact that you've even managed to manifest yourself into this realm, be able to be opening up some sort of device and watching something on the tubes about what it is you need to be able to surrender and release, whilst concurrently probably having a snack and a cup of tea and all of these things. These are all wonderful things that you should be just enjoying and being in the moment about. So your happiness, again, what is the divine guidance for you to surrender and release is that you need to release the idea that your happiness is based on the gaining of anything other than what is already inside you. Your ability to enjoy your life comes from within. I did love reading the other day, and I was reminded of a quote that I heard when on one of my first travels through the Indias, was that love is something that we do with inside ourselves and blame on somebody else. So all of the feelings, all of the experiences first come from within. So you could make that really terrible experience, or you could make that a really wonderful one. The choice is yours. I'm going to leave it there. Let me know in the comments how any of this sat with you, or how your journey of surrender and release is going, or if anything was interesting to you. But until next time, I'm going to leave it there. Blessings, sparkles, and loving, loving sprinkles.